Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. I am Surajvan, your instructor. Today we'll discuss about Active Directory domains and trust. Active Directory provides security across multiple domains or forest through domain and forest trust relationships. When an authentication is carried out in between trust components first determine whether the domain is being requested by a user, computer, or a service that has a trust relationship with the login domain of the requesting account. To determine this, Windows Security System computes a path between the domain controller for the server that receives the request and a domain controller in the domain of the requesting account. Before we discuss about the types of trust, first we need to know about what is a transitive trust. Transitivity determines whether a trust can be extended outside of the two domains with which it was performed. A transitive trust can be used to extend trust relationships with the other domains. A non-transitive trust can be used to deny trust relationships with other domains. Each time you create a new domain in a forest, a two-way transitive trust relationship is automatically created between the new domain and its parent domain. If child domains are added to a new domain, the trust path flows upward through the domain hierarchy, extending the initial trust path between the new domain and its parent domain. Transitive trust relationships flow upward through a domain tree as it formed, creating transitive trust between all domains in the domain tree. Here you can see this root domain is ctc.com and the child domain id.ctc.com. It is automatically when this child domain is created, so automatically a two-way transitive trust is automatically created. And for the tree root trust, as this paperfly.com is a part of CTC forest, so it will also create a two-way transitive trust. Okay. So how many types of trusts are there? First, forest trust. Second, realm trust. Third, external trust. Fourth, Satco trust. Forest trust. It is a transitive trust between one forest root domain and another forest root domain. Forest trust complete two-way trust relationship with every domain in each forest. It uses both Kerberos version 5 and LTLM authentication protocol to improve the trustworthiness of authorization data transfer between the forests. The advantage of forest trust is isolate directory replication with each forest. Schema changes, configuration changes, and the addition of new domains to a forest have forest-wide impact only within that forest, not in a trusting forest. Our next trust, realm trust. Realm trusts are always created between the Active Directory forest and a non-Windows Kerberos directory such as eDirectory, Unix directory. The trust can be transitive and non-transitive, and the trust direction can be a one-way or a two-way. In your organization, if you are running different directories in your production environment and need to allow users to access resources from all directories, then a realm trust need to be established in between your Windows directory and non-Windows directories. Here you can see here, this is 01, this is 02, this is 03. All those domain controls are inside this domain Windows forest, and these two Unix directory are located in your environment. To access all SSS for the users, you can make a one-way transitive realm trust and also two-way transitive realm trust here again. Okay, so our next trust is external trust. An external trust is a trust relationship that can be created in between Active Directory domains that are in different forest or between an Active Directory domain and a Windows NT or earlier domain. An external trust is always non-transitive and it can be a one-way or two-way trust. External trusts provide access to resources in a domain outside of the forest that is not already joined by a forest trust. So our last trust is shortcut trust. Shortcut trusts are one-way or two-way transitive trusts that can be used when administrators need to optimize the authentication process. Authentication requests must initially travel a trust path between domain trees. A trust path is a series of domain trust relationships that must be traversed in order to pass authentication request between any two domains. In a complex forest, the time required to traverse the trust path can impact the performance. You can significantly reduce this time by using shortcut trust. Shortcut trust speed up the login and access time to resources in a domain that is deep within the hierarchy of another domain tree. Here you can see in the CTC forest there are two trees are available. One is ctc.com and another is bbsi.com, right? So here you can see under the ctc.com there is a child domain it.ctc.com, and under this it.ctc.com there is another child domain developer dev.it.ctc.com, right? So in between this you can see there is a two-way parent child trust, and here also two-way parent child trust is configured. And in between ctc.com and bbsi.com you can see there is a two-way tree root trust is configured. And here also in between bbsi.com to its child domain it.bbsi.com it's a two-way parent child trust, and from the it.bbsi.com to developer bbsi.com it's a two-way parent child trust. Here you can see when a developer.bbsi.com employee wants access to any resources from developer.ctc.com, so here you can see there is a one-way shortcut test is established. So without any problem, developer.bbsi.com employees can gain access to any resource from the developer.it.ctc.com, right? But for the developer.it.ctc.com, these employees, if they want to have some resource access from this developer.ctc.com, they have to come along a whole way because there is no shortcut trust established from this domain controller, right? If this domain controller wants some resource access from this domain controller, it has to pass through all the way down a circle, right? So if you establish a two-way shortcut trust here, for this domain controller, it would not be a very big problem to travel through the circle. So here it is the best way to put a two-way shortcut trust instead of one-way shortcut trust, right? Now I'll move into my Windows Server 2016 and I will show you how to create trust between two forests. Here in my DC01, I have forest ctc.com, and in my DC03 I have a forest monkey.com, right? So if we need to establish a domain trust in between these two forests, so first you need to go Active Directory Administrative Tools, then go down and you can select Active Directory Domains and Trusts and select it. Click here, select this, right click, click Properties, Trust navigation button, you can select it here and click on the new trust. Okay, next, and you can put the that another forest domain name, right? So here we are in banky.com, so we'll need to put ctc.com because we are going to make a trust with the ctc.com, right? So click next. It's a forest trust we need to do. Click next. We want a two-way, right? You can make it one way or outgoing one way, right? So you need to we just need to select here two-way. So click next. So this domain only, okay, if you select this domain only, the trust will be created in here, this domain. If you select this one, then it will create on the both domains. So click next, and the username and password of the CTC. We know already that administrator on the password put, then click next. Yeah, we need a forest wide authentication, right? Click next. Outgoing trust, we also need forest wide authentication. Trust selection is complete, so the click next and the click next. Do you want to confirm the outgoing trust? Yes. Confirm. Click next. Confirm the incoming trust? Yes. Click next and finish. Now the trust configuration is completed here. If you want to make sure that whether this trust is completely configured or not, the first thing is you need to go to DNS, because in DNS you can check whether this trust is configured or not, because in DNS there is a conditional forwarder is there. So in this conditional forwarder, it is not covering in this Active Directory course, but I'll show you this thing only. Go to tools and select DNS. Once DNS will open, right click here, properties and forwarders. You can see this is the IP address. This is the IP address of our ctc.com. So it is already written here. So I think our trust is completely done. If you want to make sure that in ctc.com whether this trust is done or not, you can check it also. Go to ctc.com, select Windows Administrative Tools and go down. You can open Active Directory Domains and Trusts, and you can check it here whether this trust is being configured or not. Trusts. Yes, you can see in ctc.com this banky.com is already configured here. So now another thing you need to confirm whether this trust is working properly or not, right? So I believe you have remembered this what the group ties I have discussed about in my Active Directory users and group, right? I'll just remind those things again. So to check this thing whether this trust is completely done or not, so we'll go to users. Okay, I'll tell you what we need to do. So we'll create a new group, security group, name like secure banking, right? And we need to select domain local, because we have already discussed about this thing that only a domain local group can have access of another external forest domain local group users computers, right? So we need to create a domain local group here only. So click OK. Now click on the secure banking and click on members. Now try to add a member from this ctc.com, right? We are in banky.com, we remember that. So click here in location and select ctc.com. Click OK. Okay, and go click advance. Now here in you click on this find button. See, the ctc.com users are coming here, right? And here you can select this Cisco Raman user and click OK, OK, and apply and OK. So here this trust is working properly. So this trust relationship is real easy, isn't it? Right? So I'm done here. I hope you have learned a lot about trusts. And also I'm advising you that please practice hard on your home lab so you can get used to all those things. Now I'll wrap up everything. I'll see you in my next video. After then, goodbye. Thank you.